Well, hello and good morning, my friends. Today is February 23rd. It is my day 1.287. I'm going to adjust the monitor here. It is definitely a gray and rainy day outside. Not a bright and sunny day outside, but it's definitely bright and sunny inside. Just taking in the moment and doing another voice training log video. So, generally things not too much happens from day to day. And so I think that's why a lot of my videos there can be a span of time. And again, because of the voice training, it encourages me to speak, but it's definitely not building up my ego. So today is Friday. It is also a gray day. I decided I'm going to embrace my gray today. Embrace my gray hair, a gray headband. I try to do more gray eyeshadow and gray eyeliner, and we'll go from there. I'm enjoying being a middle-aged woman today, and that's something that I said kind of when I got home from taking my daughter to school, and after I got settled in for the day. Here's a gray hair right here. I just paused for a moment and I said, thank you all, the divine all, what Christians might consider to be God, okay? Pagans might consider to be the goddess and the God put together as a divine entity. But I just said, thank you. Thank you for letting me be alive today. And things are not perfect. But I'm very, very thankful to be alive today and to have the opportunity to be alive today and have the opportunity to be myself, as wacky and crazy as I am. Just thankful to be alive. Like I said, things are not roses. Things are not perfect, but they are what they are. And so, you know what I mean? Not much else is going on. It's been kind of a quiet weekend. As far as my transition goes, I have been able to maintain 220 pounds for a couple of days, which is good. I have not broken 220 ever, and I realized the other day that 220.6 has been the lowest I've ever weighed. And even the day that I went to go see the surgeon, at home I weighed 221.2. And so this is the least amount that I have weighed in a long time. And I can't remember growing up and weighing 220. So I'm sure that I did weigh 220 as a young, strapping young person. And that's really just about it. The couple phone calls have come in this morning, and I've kind of looked forward to telemarketers because it would give me the opportunity to talk to someone who doesn't know me and experiment and continue to try to maintain this presentation. That was something I remember from about a year or two ago when I started to mess with my voice. One of the people on YouTube said, call up the bank and ask for your balance. Call up and ask, there are places that give time and temperature. And it's an opportunity to pick up the phone and hear your voice and how you sound on the phone, It was funny. Yesterday I went to the grocery store again, deliberately to put me out with people and in chaotic situations, and I collapsed a couple times. There's usually this really nice gentleman who, when I walk in, he usually has 2 or 3 buggies lined up, 2 or 3 shopping carts, and he usually offers them to you. And I usually pass him by because I feel like I'm young enough, I can go get my own cart, let the older folk who might need some help have a free cart, And I wanted to say to him, his name is Larry, I wanted to say to him, thank you, Larry, for thinking of me, but I'll go get another cart. And instead, I don't remember what I did, but I chickened out. And I was like, thank you, you know. And so it makes me go, okay, Karen, you need to get out in the real world and face reality. You know what I mean? It's very easy in this safe environment to communicate this way, but to be out in the real world. Another stumbling block that I haven't done in a while is going to the drive-through, going to a drive-through or going to a fast food place where you have people around you and it's kind of a high pressure environment. And yeah, at home I can sit here and go, yes, may I have the number 2 combo? Or, and golly, I haven't had fast food in so long. All I eat are vegetables, you know that, right? I mean, cooked vegetables, raw vegetables, just vegetables. That's all I eat here at home. And so to go to like Burger King or Arby's or whatever and say, yes, I like the number 2, the number 3, I'd like a beef and cheddar with, small fries and a Diet Coke. I mean, that would just totally scare the shit out of me. So those things are on the horizon. Those things are happening. I'm also tempted to call my mom, and this is another kind of sticky point in my own journey. Some 4 weeks from now, my mom will be coming to town to help me with my surgery, and I'm going to have to make a decision because usually I've gotten myself up that I talk in this way up till about 2 or 3 o'clock, and then I stop for the day and give my voice time to rest. And then every day, every week, I'm going to add on more time and add on more time. And, my mom has not spoken with me in this way yet, and I don't want her to get here. Well, maybe I do want her to get here because then she can't fly away from me. She can't go, oh, I'm leaving. She's stuck here, But I'd like her to get used to hearing me. And that was something that I thought about yesterday too, about, my daughter, she's getting used to hearing me in this way. My mother will, at some point I'm going to have to go verbally full time with this. And for nothing other than practice, but also my voice. The good book says, Jesus once said, no servant can serve 2 masters. And it might very well be that a voice box can only handle, one pitch or one, you know what I mean? One jumping off point. And so, yeah, as I devote more and more effort, energy, and emphasis into this talking point, the other is going to get less and less. We can hope. And like I said before, back when I smoked a tobacco pipe, when you're doing something new with your voice, you're going to get some phlegm, you're going to get some agitation. Warm tea is a blessing to help clear your throat, as well as to wet your whistle, keep it lubricated. So, I kind of want my mom to get used to that, but at the same time, I don't want to scare her away, which I recognize is totally as a fear. It's a fear on my part. And really, that's just about it. Another element. Ooh, I cracked. Can you hear me? Element. Another L. No, I'm not going to go into this verse. You would not take me seriously. Well, that's really in the wrong part of my throat. All right, no, I did not just eat now I did fuck it up, sorry. Man, it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck. My D&D game is gonna suffer. I can't do voices like I used to. Um, what was I gonna say? And I totally derailed myself. Oh, I said to my daughter today would be a good day if she wanted to ask a friend over. And she has a really good friend who is very open-minded, and her mother is very open-minded too. I'm very happy to know her. Um, but again, you know, someone who was my daughter's friend, who has only known me as transitioning, not as developed as I am now, but again, to go from being talking in a different voice, and maybe I don't know if I've really finished a thought yet, but it's a concern of mine for my daughter to bring over a friend and to, for me to say, well, you all have a good evening. Is there anything you need? I imagine that's going to be a bit of a, what the fuck, between the two of them. Like, Katie, what's going on with your dad? Um, and maybe that's part of where it ties into going full time in the real world, as well as going in what I'm calling verbal full time just right now. Um, Once we make the decision to go full time, it is like closing a book for anyone else. Um, there's no discussion anymore. There's no argument. There's no someone can't say to you, oh, well, I disagree, or I'm not going to call you by your new name, or whatever. You are this way, kind of like Gandalf. Plant your staff and make your stand and say, no, this is the way that I am. And I demand to be treated with respect. I treat you with respect. You will treat me with respect. Or I'm going to HR if it's at work, or I'm telling mom. I mean, you know what I mean? So again, I think with that finality, or with that steadfast, this is who I am, when for my voice again to if I continue and just to, when that point comes, yeah, you're gonna have to deal with me. That's what I was thinking this morning. I was like, this is the way she talks, and this is the way it's gonna be. And yeah, it may sound quite odd to you because you're not used to it, but this is the way it's gonna be, and it's not gonna change, other than to get better. I hope. Knock on plastic. So, that's kind of food for thought. And on that note, I think that is it for the day. Doing all the funky voice stuff a minute ago really messed up my voice, so I can feel it beginning to go. I'm losing the tonality of it. Words are getting flat. Flat. Do you hear that? Flat right there. Flat. Hear it? That's right in the right at the breaking point. So again, as my voice, gets used to it, then I will be able to say flat, flat, presentation, Wankel Rosary Engine. There's some Monty Python there. Anyway, so on that note, my friends, I wish everyone good luck. I did have well, you're going to kick me in the butt here. Postscript thought. And I've said this before, but if you listen to one old fart for a moment, I know you're younger, you know more, you're better than I am. I will defer to you. But if you'll listen to me for a second, I learned a little bit this week. We had a bit of a financial emergency in the family, and I needed to shift some funds around. And by no means am I sitting on a pile of money. However, in preparation for my surgery in about 4 weeks, I'm happy to say, I have started to stockpile, and there are things that I could buy that I'm not buying because I don't need them to live, and I have to have money. I have to have money to pay bills and whatnot. So again, yah me, yay me, I'm being responsible. However, if I had not prepared, you know, if I had not prepared for fiscal trouble, there would be a possibility that I would be totally screwed and I couldn't have my surgery. Can you imagine for a moment being in my position, having the letters done, having the surgeon done, losing 126 pounds and can you imagine for the moment being in that position, having done everything, you're ready. I mean, all I need is time to pass. I got the hotel room, I got my airline tickets. I mean, everything is ready. Okay? And then for something to happen like a car repair, which is what happened to us, or something to come out of the blue that you don't expect, and then to be looking at, okay, I'm going to have to not have my surgery, And so that's why I would say to anyone, if you're considering transitioning, or definitely if you're going to do surgery, you have to plan it out. And you have to plan for emergencies. And, you have to have a job. You have to be ready. You have to be fiscally conservative, with your monies and everything. And now I feel like I'm trying to tell you what to do. And that's not the direction I want to go in. And I certainly understand everyone's situation is going to be different. Some of us have some disabilities, some mental disabilities, or some physical disabilities. They're going to keep us from working. But I would implore you, if you are a 20-something-year-old person and you have the ability to work, that you get yourself a job and you start saving money. Okay? Don't be caught with your pants down when something bad happens. Okay? And again, I'm guilty of it. I did it myself in my 20s. If you don't know, I was on hormones for a while. I went full time and I had to stop because I ran out of money. I did not plan. So I am totally guilty of this. And I would share this with you only to prevent you from encountering the pain and suffering that I went to. Okay? So please take this from the right space that I'm presenting it to you. Please do yourself, see, I'm going flat now. Please do yourself a favor. Your transition is worth it, okay? And that said, again, I understand our circumstances are going to be different. But, anyway. All right, my friends, that is it for today. I think I have if I haven't offended anyone, I'm terribly sorry if I have. I'm only sharing because, yeah, it sucks. Well, you could say that for this whole. There are times in this transition that things just flat out suck. And let's get out of that space. Let's go positive. Let's take a deep breath. Today is going to be, I'm going to sound like Stuart Smalley here. Today's going to be a great day. I'm going to do a great video because I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and gosh darn it, people like me. Hello. So anyway, definitely good luck to you. And as I've taken a hankering to saying is, please be the best version of yourself that you want to be. Realize that you're in charge of your life. And good luck to you in your journey, my friends. And until next time, bye and good luck.